For that, I would like to invite Mrs. Arunmai as the moderator. Mrs. Arunmai is the child developmental specialization with 20 years of experience as senior manager in program and operation for an NGO sector. Please give a big round of applause to Mrs. Arunmai. Mrs. Radhika Acharya is on her way. Till she comes, I request Geeta ma'am to please be the session chair for this session. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you, Puna. Good morning, everybody, and happy World Mental Health Day to all from Manu Jagriti family. Wishing you all day filled with hope, resilience, and mental well-being. I welcome you all for the session 4. Before we start, I also welcome Geeta ma'am to chair the session till Radhika Acharya ma'am comes. Yeah, and then we have Niranjana, who will be our timekeeper for today. Yeah, please Niranjana, say hi. Okay, kindly look to her after 3 minutes so that you know that you also have to keep up the time so that we can close the schedule on time. Yeah, so I request our first presenter for the today's session, Mr. Rajendra ji, to come over.
Om Shanti. I am Ramakumar Kallu. I came from Kakadin District Police Station, Hanpakonda. By grace of Supreme Soul and our psychology aspect from grace of our Honorable Gidichala ma'am and the Dayananda sir. I am very happy to say my few issues in front of you. Actually, psychologists are very few in our police department. Telangana police have more issues at our police station level.
Please. I request our chairperson, Radhika Acharya ma'am, please come over the dais. Radhika Acharya ma'am is a very senior and expert in the field of psychology, a clinical and rehabilitation psychologist. Request you to please come on the dais and be seated, ma'am. We are just starting the sessions, ma'am. So Rajendra.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. I am Ramakumar Kallu. I came from Police Department. First of all, this gracious day, our Manajagri birthday, Sadhila Badkam birthday, and Mental Health Day. This teen one day greetings to all. Myself, I completed Bachelor Course of Journalism, PhD Diploma in Guidance Counseling, MS Sociology, MS Psychology, LLM, LLB, and I did Sahaya course from our Gidichala ma'am and criminal psychology for the completion. So, my career in police department since 1997, 27 years completion. I am facing struggle beside my interest to studies, but being a police department, you know, lower cadre duties are very risky and timeless. But I am studying this type of online courses and offline courses. So myself, my study completion. Why I did this psychology means many persons come to police station various issues. I have to teach them short span. So psychology is very useful to me. That's why I studied. Obstacles are when we get obstacle from psychology course and other courses, we can get easily to serve public short span. That's why this type of cycles I'm getting. So it's not a matter to me, but I'm going with power to this type of studies. At police station level, if victim and accused both parts will come there, we will observe their psychology. And it starts from how we have to serve them means, we know real psychology. Public, which type of aggression, quarreling method, they are facing some issues from their level. So we have to catch their mind means we have to know psychology. So psychology, reception level at police station, in police station, case will file. If we conclude their psychology, they will they only conclude without case filing. But conclusion is psychology. If counseling them, there will only complete conclusion point. I am doing court to officer at court level. Before evidence, I am giving them victims to well evidence. And public meeting also. When public mind catching there will don't quarreling. We will put bandobast peacefully, and temples also. They will come devotional feelings and love marriage and land issues also. And some night and day time we have to serve. If we catch their psychology, we will easily overcome their complaint point. At Delhi police station, many police stations having psychologists and lawyers. Even in your entire India, like this service we provide to police station level, crime will decrease. Why? Because nowadays day-by-day crimes are increasing. Recently, Honorable Judge said, even if you do 100 to 150 years here, our number of cases will decrease. But day-by-day crime increasing. That's why if we psychologists go to our Home Department or Law Secretary in various states, our psychology service will decrease crime rate. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, this is Chandra Babu Nandala from Warangal. I'm honored to be here to share my journey with you today. First of all, I thank you, Geeta Chella Madam. Thank you, Geeta Chella Madam. From 2018, she has given a chance to journey with Manoj Jagriti family, and also happy World Mental Health Day and 12th Manoj Jagriti Foundation Day. As a school teacher, I started my journey in 1999. So many wonders in my life. Actually, this 4 minutes is not enough to me. But even though I try to share some events, I am actually a good volunteer. In 1999, I got a Youth Award, Youth Icon Award, due to my social services. After that, so many community belongs to Weaver community in my area. They asked me, actually I am not that much of the intelligent and academician in the time. They asked me, why don't you establish a English medium school in our area? Only one is there. So many members not able to pay that much of the amount. I started with the 1,000 members given as signatures. But I don't know how to start. But by the help of some members I started. On that day till today, I bring a change. So many students, about 2,000 students. One example, one of my student is in summer taking dry chilies. That what we saying? Todimali istaru antaru kada. I don't know that the correct word. That girl also one of my student. In that batch, one of the student earning 1.3 crores salary per annum from New Zealand. In my school, that is established for poor students, below middle class students. From 15 10th class batches, 28 10 by 10s is there. Their parents not able to spend much amount for books and other needs and to do any other projects also. Even though from that type of the children I am bringing the good results. Last year also 10 by 10. In Warangal only 7 school 10 by 10 came, but my school also. But my foundation courses as a psychologist, I started emotional intelligence as well as well-being. 2,524 activities I done in this 20 years with the children. Every cassette, every video, every photo now I have. Every month, 3 to 4 activities I am conducting. These children are all participating in that. That is to do the psychology. Next, I completed PG Diploma in Guidance and Counseling, how to bring some different changes from these poor children. That is my study actually, school psychologist. I did so many projects, so many results came in COVA and other NGOs. My students got state level awards. Passion for understanding students is my hobby actually, and also I am conducting so many programs of parents, students and staff. Every day conducting 3 to 5 different type of activities to bring the real understanding what is the society, why do they learn. Second I complete, madam. Why do we learn? This is investment of your future. That's why every 10th class student I am saying 6 years of your obedience and commitment on education, your 60 years life will be come. That is my motto to my students. Thank you very much to everyone. Really I feel very happy to be a member of Manoj Jagriti. I feel Geeta Challa madam is my mother, like that. Thank you madam.
Hello everyone. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I am Rajni Ganta. I am working as a student counselor in BBRITH Hyderabad and also Unicent International School. So my qualification, sir please next slide. The next slide. So I did my MA. So I did my MA from IGNOU. Sir next slide. Sir. The remaining I did my MBA and BSc and BSc BZC also. And also, sir next slide. Yeah, I did my certification courses, diploma in basic counseling skills from Manoj Jagriti. There starts the psychology career, which is very, they gave me a lot of practical knowledge, which helped me to handle the cases practically. Real-time cases I used to handle in Manoj Jagriti. So heartfelt thanks to Geeta ma'am. Next lesson, and the remaining all the certification courses I did. And my current profession now at present I am working as a student counselor in BBRIT and as well as the Unicent International School. Next slide. So my responsibilities here are, I take up the group counselings as well as an individual counselings. I also take the parental counselings for the parents. The next one. And the factors which motivated me actually there are a lot of career options in this field, and also sir, I missed one of the slide before, sir, which is a very important slide. The previous one, my work experience slide. The next one, sir. No. 1 second. The career journey, career path slide. Okay, I'll explain. So I started my career journey as a school teacher. So in Rajdhani school, I used to work as a school teacher. I used to start my class by giving the motivation to the students, like 5 minutes of journey. I used to start by giving them, like how you helped your mummy today, and what was your my daddy office nunchi raagane, did you take the bag to the daddy, how many times you are hugging. I used to inculcate the values. In that way, student used to connect me like anything. So in that way, I became popular, and students started coming to me with their issues. So I used to suggest them, give me the tips and suggestions. But at that time I got a thought that why don't I go in a structured way to guide them, to know their personality. There I thought I got such an idea, and that time I joined in a Sudisha counseling courses, and I enrolled myself in MS Psychology. And after finishing my MS Psychology, I got a job in Unicent School, and from there again I got job in presently I'm working in BBRIT Engineering College. So the next slide. the previous one. It's the order is missing something. Sorry. Yeah, the factors and the motivators for pursuing my psychology is there are a lot of career options, and I want to make a difference in people's life. Here I want to share one of my the challenging case which I handled. So here one of my student who was like in a COVID time, he was affected with all the behavioral issues, and our mother came to me with lot of worry. She was a working woman, so I took her multiple sessions to counsel the boy, and I brought up a positive change in him, and the mother again came visited me, took my hands in her hands, and there was a happy tears rolling in her hands that ma'am, you made a lot of behavioral changes in my son, and also academically he is very good doing now. And in the next day the boy entered to me and he said that ma'am, I am really thankful to you. Today is my birthday. I want to celebrate my birthday. At 2:47 is my birthday. I want to take that time your blessings, and he was waiting for me in the cabin. So that was a really cloud nine moment for me. So that was my journey in the psychology. So what I want to give for the budding psychologist is be empathetic and always have an active listening, and when your client is a 10, you become like a 10. When your client is a housewife, you become like housewife and think. And when your client is 60 years, you have to become 60 years and think like that. Then only our counseling will become successful. So thank you everyone for giving me the chance.
Good morning, all of you. I'll start directly. So today my focus is on teaching and training as a career option in the field of psychology. Next slide. So, is it okay? So this is a very short story of my journey. I started as an electronics engineer working with BSNL Exchange, and I used to service them. And throughout my my career path, I got opportunity to work in the field of teaching and training under different roles as electronics teacher, maths and science teacher, and a remedial therapist for learning difficulty, and finally being a counseling psychologist, practicing counseling, which for me is also a way of teaching people how to think in a helpful way, how to correct and develop their behavior. Now coming on to my education qualification, the next slide. So I completed my MA in counseling psychology from IGNOU, and then diploma in basic counseling skill. And as I was practicing counseling, I understood that the basic reason behind all the problems was the unhealthy thought patterns. So I completed my REBT level 1 from Emoticon India and career counseling, so on. This is the short picture profile of my educational qualification. Coming to the next slide. So factors and motivations. So basically, to be very honest, I enrolled for my MA just to have a professional development. But during my internship, when I enrolled in my internship, that has led to the entire motivation to get into the field. I discovered myself. My whole career path is all about my self-discovery, and the goodness I received, I tried to transfer it through my teaching work as a training faculty, which was offered by Geeta ma'am and Sudesha. And that was my motivation. And the hurdles, yes, I completed during the COVID time, so it was a big hurdle. And staying self-motivated during my learning phase, because it's all self-study. So staying motivated and balancing between the family commitments and personal aspirations. Next, currently I'll emphasize on this. My current profile is working as a training faculty in Sudesha Counseling Center. So my very, very important responsibility is to train the change maker. And for that, I need to create a very safe space for the learners to participate in the learning process. Apart from that, I encourage participation. I make sure that the learning material is well understood and applied by the learners. I follow TDP model of teaching, that is theory, demonstration and practical. So I teach theoretical part, I demonstrate many interventions that is gone well into their minds, and they are applied through role plays. And last one, The next slide. So my experience is like I enjoy thoroughly my job. It is something enriches my soul. And emotional connection, I had a self-transformation before I could transform anybody else. And my achievement comes not in form of any rewards, awards or medal. It comes in form of lot of good feedbacks I get that uplifts my soul further and contribute to the fellow human being. So this is one video I want to play. It's not to boast myself but to inspire the budding psychologists sitting here. What is teaching all about? Just play that.
Hello everyone, this is retired Commandant Jyoti. After retirement from the Armed Forces, I have chosen psychology as my profession and joined Sudisha Counseling Center for my internship under the able guidance of Dr. Geeta Challa and Ms. Jayashree Nayak. I am presently undergoing my classes with Ms. Jayashree Nayak. She's an excellent counselor and she's an excellent teacher. And I have no, or I should put it like this, that I'm extremely happy having chosen counseling psychology as my second inning. Looking forward to helping people and gaining the vast knowledge that lies ahead in this field. Thank you.
So this is my student and I feel so proud to see people from different diverse field coming to me, even from the defense. And thanks to Geeta ma'am, and I would close with one last sentence. Your impact always outlasts your existence. Even I'm not there, my impact will be continued through a ripple effect. And finally a word for Geeta ma'am, which I've never shared. During my internship, during my diploma course, I was silently absorbing a quality from her is that there is nothing called perfection. So I always jump into whatever is it without thinking twice. So nothing stops and comes as a hurdle for me. Thank you so much everyone.
Hello everyone, this is Monica. I am currently working as a superintendent of children home, government children home under Women and Child Welfare Department. So my designation is superintendent. So yeah, this is what all because of psychology. Psychology landed me here. So I became the youngest superintendent of the whole Women and Child Welfare Department just because of psychology. So my journey is simply from coding to caring. I am the gold medalist in computer science and engineering, and then I opted for psychology masters. Just I have studied, can you change the slide? Just I have studied learning and memory chapters from my IAS cousin's notes. So that inspired me. That curiosity made me take psychology as my optional in UPSC Civil Services examination, and then that curiosity further deepened to take my masters from IGNOU, and then now I am the superintendent. I am proud superintendent. So next slide please. So first I should thank my university IGNOU for two things. First thing, irrespective of my technical background, it has provided me an opportunity to pursue my masters in psychology. And the second thing, because of this only, I have got in touch to Geeta ma'am, my mentor in psychology, and I am so thankful for Manojagriti because all my certifications I have done from Manojagriti itself, Naipunya, Mitra, and now I am pursuing Sahaya as well. So next slide please. And my current career which brought me here. So this is my career. I oversee the operations of the government children home. I attend adoption cell meetings. So nothing can beat the joy I see in the children's eyes when they are successfully placed in adoption. Orphan children getting some their new parents, their new lives. So this is the satisfaction in my job, it's all because of psychology. I'm not boasting. So, next slide please. So, I already said this is my motivation for psychology, and coaching in Vajinam and Ravi further deepened my interest in psychology. I have learned psychology from Mukul Patel sir there. Next please. So challenges, everybody will have challenges. So transitioning from engineering to psychology was a crucial part of my journey. Everybody, friends, though they are well-wishers, they wanted me to be a successful software engineer because you're a gold medalist. Why are you shifting from coding to caring and all? But my family support has remained constant. It has become a very crucial part of my journey. And next I would say I have got a fracture, right hand fracture just a week before civil services mains examination, because of which I was not able to attend my exam. So I lost my attempt there, and it's okay. And next slide please. So, psychology has given me a deep sense of satisfaction, fulfillment and joy. So now I am happily enjoying my career and parallelly preparing for TSPSC Group 1 mains examination. I have qualified the prelims. And next slide please. So whatever future roles I may take up, whichever the career I may get settled in, I would say psychology will always help me. And I thank you, Geeta ma'am, for mentoring me, and because of you I'm standing here. And I also would like to thank my family for all the support, both in-law family and the family in which I was born. And next slide please. So, and finally I would like to conclude the session by saying psychology is just a lens through which we view and understand the world. So this is to me my point of view about psychology. So my journey is, I would say, it is empathy engineered. I would like to title my journey as empathy engineered. Thank you so much.
Good morning everyone, and I'm very glad to be here, and I extend my deep held gratitude to Dr. Geeta Challa ma'am and Manoj Akriti Foundation for giving me this wonderful opportunity to speak on the occasion of World Mental Health Day. Thank you so much. Next slide please. Next slide please. Yes. To start my journey, I was MD physician, MD General Medicine. I completed my MD General Medicine. I'm a general physician way back in 2012. After that, I evolved myself as holistic health expert. I got certified in psychology, lifestyle, nutrition, diabetes, as well as pranic healing. So that is about me, and few of the achievements were I worked with top institutes like Apollo, Medicity, MedPlus, Shalini and Hyderabad Nursing Home. I have 12 plus years of experience and treated and transformed 10,000 plus patients, honored with APJ Abdul Kalam Human Excellence Award as well as Healthcare Icon of the Year Award. I am an acclaimed author, speaker and educator for diabetes and lifestyle on multiple national platforms. Next slide. So interestingly, how my career in psychology started. I'll explain about that later, and I got certified in positive psychology from the University of Pennsylvania under the guidance of Martin Seligman, who's the father of psychology, positive psychology. And also I got certified in Neuro-Linguistic program under mentorship of Dr. Anil Suri, who is the direct disciple of Richard Bandler, who is the founder of NLP. Why psychology? So though I know many doctors who pursue psychology, I rarely come across doctors who are practicing psychology and who are integrating into their practice. It's my own suffering and the lessons I learned, I observed as a child and as I'm growing. That is the foundation and the inspiration of thought-provoking process for psychology. My mother suffered with chronic schizophrenia and was also diagnosed with diabetes at very early age. That is why I got attracted both for physical and mental well-being. Taking care of her as a senior general physician itself was not enough for me. That was the step for me to think and integrate psychology into my practice. Health means holistic health. I believe, I practice, and help my patients achieve holistic health. The journey, it was quite unconventional for doctor to pursue psychology. As I mentioned, very few practice. I always wanted to help patients suffering with chronic and complex ailments. It is not possible to help these people suffering with chronic diseases like IBD, IBS, hormonal issues without integrating psychology and emotions as well as energy. That is the reason I chose psychology as one of the modality to help my patients. But it wasn't easy to explain and make patients understand this. Now this integrative medicine is coming up huge, and I'm glad I chose to practice this. Integrative medicine is the future of medicine. Recently, government included integrative medical research as one of the subjects in MBBS curriculum. And the love. When I was want to join masters, I had two favorites, general medicine and psychology. It was very difficult for me, confusing for me, but later the path became clear. Almighty helped me to choose all these things. I believed in body-mind connection and always wanted to pursue a career in psychology. And now my dream came true, and I'm presenting in the Psychology National Conference. And thank you for Dr. Geeta Chella for making a part of this every year. Health means, finally the message, health means holistic health, not a mere absence of disease, but the well-being in mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual dimensions. By the grace of Mahadev, I was able to integrate all these elements into my practice, and this is called, I developed a model which is called Preveha Integrative Medicine. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, Pratyusha, for sharing your dynamic journey from medicine and how you use psychology in it. So I request our next presenter, Ms. Sarayu.
Good morning, everyone. Happy World Mental Health Day. I'm Sarayu. My title is Health Psychologist as a Wellness Counselor. So, soon after the intermediate, I knew that I was not made for engineering or any of it. I wanted to try something new. That is where I have pursued my integrated masters in health psychology. So that was a very new course for me, which has come up, and as a part of the my masters, we had a lot of exposure. We had to go to a lot of hospitals and hospice cares. Soon after my integrated masters, I was still confused to where do I go and join. That is where I think Geeta ma'am has played a lot of huge role for me, where I joined Manojagriti. I have finished my basic counseling course in Manojagriti, and there was a lot of exposure when I was with Geeta ma'am, where I used to attend a lot of seminars and everything along with ma'am. And then I joined my first job at Narayana Colleges, school for the school students and college students. Like we all know the kind of mental health issues which are prevailing currently, and the kind of suicide which have been increased. That's a very nice thing that as a development coach I have joined over there, and I have worked over there nearly 1.5 years, and then from past 4 years I've been working with 2 different organizations. Currently I'm working as a wellness counselor. As a part of it, there are employees who are working on some kind of content based, where they are like having mental health concerns. That is where we are conducting group wellness sessions and individual sessions, where people are coming for their personal and also their professional challenges. So as a wellness counselor, currently that is my job role. Yes, I think these are some factors and motivations for pursuing psychology. Like I said in the starting, I knew that engineering was surely not my cup of tea, where I wanted to surely try something new, and also for my personal growth, I felt health psychology was something very new which came in front of me. That is one factor which is formed for me to like pursue and be there in this role, and also to understand human behavior is something it's very interesting. While I'm in this role, understanding my own self has also become a big challenge. dealing with my own emotions and everything else. That needs a lot of compassion and empathy, I feel, as psychologists, all of you do understand. And yes, some of the challenges and obstacles, I'm sure most of you might have faced the same kind of challenges and obstacles, especially in our field where mental health stigma still exists. I feel I'm still trying my level best as a mental health professional to work upon it, trying to create that awareness among people of how mental health is equally important to physical health and how it's two sides of a coin. So these are few challenges and obstacles, and also some kind of uncertainty also which existed during COVID. I think that has come up with all of us, and I had to deal with that kind of uncertainty as well. While I have to deal with my own personal self, I was even working as a counselor for people, so that was a big huge thing which happened for me. And yes, I'm managing the emotional baggage and the burnout. When you talk to so many people and meet people, it kind of gets a bit difficult, but when you have a great social support and family support, we could do it. This is the experience and emotional connection for me. I feel especially when people come up to me and talk about their challenges, I feel like people actually around us have a lot of issues which we do not know until they come and open up. So that kind of made me feel that people are going through a lot, and I'm playing a very good role as a mental health professional, trying to support them being in this role. So I think that is one of the personal connection which I do have being as a wellness counselor and a psychologist. And also I would surely thank this kind of courage and confidence. I would surely give my parents as the biggest role whom they have played. And also, of course, like I've mentioned in starting, Geeta ma'am has provided me that stage in the starting where there was one of this stage itself where she pushed me onto the stage, and I was very new, that I was very worried. But right now I really thank you ma'am, and thank you everybody for all the patients for listening to me. Happy World Mental Health Day and happy Foundation Day. Thank you so much.
నమస్తే గీతా మ్యామ్, నమస్తే రాధిక మ్యామ్. ఈరోజు వరల్డ్ మెంటల్ హెల్త్ డే అండ్ మన జాగృతి బర్త్డే సెలబ్రేట్ చేసుకుంటున్నందుకు చాలా హ్యాపీగా ఉంది. ఆ సందర్భంలో మేమందరం ఈ నేషనల్ కాన్ఫరెన్స్లో పార్టిసిపేట్ చేస్తున్నందుకు, ఈ అవకాశం ఇచ్చినందుకు ముందే మ్యామ్కి, మన జాగృతికి, సుదిశ కౌన్సిలింగ్ సెంటర్కి అందరికీ నా ధన్యవాదాలు తెలుపుతున్నాను. నా పేరు సరోజ అండి. ఓకే, నా కెరియర్ పాస్ వచ్చి ప్రీ మ్యారిటల్ కౌన్సిలర్. నా రోల్ వచ్చి ప్రీ మ్యారిటల్ కౌన్సిలర్గా సుదిశ కౌన్సిలింగ్ సెంటర్లో వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాను. నా క్వాలిఫికేషన్స్ వచ్చి పీజీ డిప్లొమా ఇన్ ఫ్యామిలీ అండ్ మ్యారేజ్ కౌన్సిలింగ్, ఎంఏ సైకాలజీ ఫ్రమ్ IGNOU, B.Ed స్పెషల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ అండ్ బేసిక్ కౌన్సిలింగ్ స్కిల్స్ విత్ మన జాగృతి. నా ఈ కోర్సెస్ చేయడం వెనకాల నేను అంటే ప్రతి ఒక్కరు చాలా స్ట్రగుల్ ఫేస్ చేస్తాము. నా పెళ్లి టైంకి నేను ఇంటర్ చదివాను. సొసైటీలోకి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు కొలీగ్స్ వైఫ్స్ దగ్గర అందరి దగ్గర మీరు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు అంటే నేను ఇంటర్ చదివాను, అక్కడ ఆగిపోయింది అని చెప్పడం చాలా ఇబ్బందిగా అనిపించేది. వాళ్ళు ఏమనుకుంటున్నారో ఏమో నాకు తెలిసేది కాదు, కానీ అది చీచి నేను నా స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి, నాకంటూ ఒక ప్రత్యేకత తెచ్చుకోవాలి అని చెప్పి మా హస్బెండ్ని, మావయ్య గారిని అడిగితే చెయ్యమ్మా అని చెప్పి మావయ్య గారు డిగ్రీ ఓపెన్ యూనివర్సిటీలో డిగ్రీ చేయించారు. తర్వాత MA చేశాను, కానీ సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ లేదు. ఇంకా ఏదో చేయాలి, ఏదైనా సాధించాలి, నాకు తెలిసిన వాళ్ళంతా నేను ముందుకు వెళ్ళాలి అని ఆలోచించితే ఎక్కడో డాక్టర్ పట్టాభిరామ్ గారు కలిసి మా హస్బెండ్ వాళ్ళ ఆఫీస్లో ఫ్యామిలీ అండ్ మ్యారేజ్ కౌన్సిలింగ్ చాలా బాగుంది, చేయించండి అన్నారంట. సరే కోర్సులో జాయిన్ అయ్యాను, బాగా అయిపోయింది. ఇంకా ఇంట్లో సెంటర్ పెట్టాలంటే నాకు కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ రావట్లేదు. వితౌట్ ట్రైనింగ్ మనం ఏం చేయలేం, కానీ అది ట్రైనింగ్ ద్వారా వస్తుంది అన్నది నాకు తెలియదు. అయితే ఇంకా మా హస్బెండ్ అడిగా, మళ్ళీ MA సైకాలజీ రాస్తాను అని చెప్పి ఓకే అది అయిపోయింది. అయినా ఇంకా కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ రావట్లేదు. ఒక ఫ్రెండ్ నేను కలిసి గీతా మ్యామ్ది ఒక సెమినార్ చూసి లేదు మనం ట్రైనింగ్ తీసుకోవాలి అని చెప్పి మేడంని అప్రోచ్ అయ్యాం. ట్రైనింగ్ లేకుండా మనం ఏం చేయలేం. మేడం దగ్గర జాయిన్ అయిన ఒక వారం రోజుల్లోనే మా కంఫర్ట్ జోన్ని బ్రేక్ చేసుకుని అంటే ఒక హౌస్ వైఫ్గా ఉండిపోయాను నేను. నా కంఫర్ట్ జోన్ని బ్రేక్ చేసుకుని రోజు పొద్దున్నే ట్రైనింగ్కి వెళ్ళాం. 6 months రెగ్యులర్గా వెళ్ళి అక్కడ నాకు నేను కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ బిల్డ్ చేసుకుని వెంటనే మేడం సపోర్ట్తో నల్గొండలో మా సుదిష బ్రాంచ్ ఓపెన్ చేసాం. ఓపెన్ చేసిన తర్వాత బాగానే ఉంటుంది. కాకపోతే కొన్ని అనివార్య కారణాలు కోవిడ్ రావడము దాంతో మళ్ళీ సెంటర్ తీసేసాం. ఆ టైంలో నేను ప్రీమ్యారిటల్ కౌన్సిలింగ్ చేయాలి అని చెప్పి చాలా రకాలుగా ప్రయత్నం చేస్తాం. దాంట్లో ఏంటి అంటే ప్రీమ్యారిటల్ కౌన్సిలింగ్ అంటే ఎవరు కూడా ముందుకు వచ్చేవాళ్ళు కాదు. ఎందుకు ప్రీమ్యారిటల్ కౌన్సిలింగ్ ఏం అవసరం ఉంది అని చెప్పి ముందుకు వచ్చేవాళ్ళు కాదు. అయితే మ్యాట్రిమోనీ సెంటర్స్కి వెళ్ళాము, పేపర్స్లో పాంప్లెట్స్ పంచిపెట్టాము. అవన్నీ చేసిన తర్వాత ఇప్పుడు ప్రీమ్యారిటల్ కౌన్సిలింగ్ గురించి ఒక అవేర్నెస్ వచ్చింది. దాంతో మా సెంటర్లో బాగానే సెషన్స్ నడుస్తున్నాయి. నా లైఫ్లో నేను సాధించిన అచీవ్మెంట్ ఏంటి అంటే ప్రీమ్యారిటల్ కౌన్సిలర్గా చాలామంది పిల్లలకి హెల్ప్ చేయగలుగుతున్నాను. అదంతా కూడా మా ట్రైనింగ్ మూలంగానే. థ్యాంక్ యూ. చాలు. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Good morning, everyone. I tend to buy different books. I tend to read different inspirational stories. That's what my habit. But I believe that after this conference, I don't need any more books because I have been listening wonderful, inspiring stories since yesterday. First of all, I like to thank Geeta Madam for giving me wonderful opportunity. I don't get this opportunity anywhere, but this is the wonderful one. I really thank you, Madam. Before I start this, good morning, everyone. My name is Seshu. I just completed my Master's in Computer Application. Unwillingly, I have completed this because my elder sister was an HOD for the same department. So my family forced me to get into it because it's the IT industry is booming and you can start the career with 5-figure salary. But you know, for namesake, I just completed the course. Unfortunately, again, I got placed in HCL company. I have not mentioned in my career path. I just started my career with HCL company. I always feel, 22 years I never been out of Guntur city. My emotions all with my family, friends, nowhere else. So suddenly somebody moving to HCL, that too posted at Chennai. So I always get to feel like I have left something in my hometown. I never focused on my work. So I couldn't able to sustain much in this corporate world. 6 months I just left the company. And it took almost 1.5 years for me. I was isolated in the home. I was just remained like a failure even though I was campus placed for multinational company. But 1.5 years I bounced back. I decided I came back to Hyderabad and to brush up my communication skills. I have done one certification course from NIIT in effective communication. There I placed in ICICI Bank. I worked 4 years in the same bank, in and around in different departments. I was the banker initially. But again, the life turning point here, I never felt like liveliness in my job. Wearing a tie, sitting in front of system, talking to the customers, it's like a dead piece, I feel like. So I don't want to continue this anymore. So I have decided strongly to put down my papers. I just want to do what I love to do it. So I have prepared to be a trainer. I am passionate towards this. I aspire to be a trainer. So I have gone through different books, prepared my own content, taken with the slide, and I just started visiting to the different colleges. People love my presentation, but somehow I got faced rejection in initial stage. A number of rejection I faced, but one college which I literally faced the rejection in front of my sister, like your brother cannot be a trainer. He has not taken my interview, has not looked at my presentation, but straight away, friendly, he told me that he is not a trainer piece. That day I strongly believed at any cost I have to be a trainer. So I started giving presentations with the same slide, the wonderful concept which we have, soft skills as attitude. So one day I have seen the paper ad relating to Maruti Suzuki company. So I have given a presentation. It clicked out. After this, I never looked back. I started my career with #1 dealership in Warren Motors as a HR executive and a trainer. Thereafter, I moved as an assistant manager HR. After this, I moved as a training manager for Kia Motors. And then I'm now currently working as a regional training manager for Andhra, Telangana and Tamil Nadu, handling 3 states for all the sales team for Honda cars. First of all, my entire career, automobile industry, nowhere related to psychology. But the factors that influenced me to get into the psychology is that, when I was working with Maruti, the car dealership, there is one case sheet we have to ready when the bottom performance has done. We need to understand why the sales guy has not able to perform properly. There is some standard set of questions, 5 to 6 questions where you need to fill it up and need to send. Now, after working of 2 to 3 months with the same paper, I was even monotonous. What I am doing, is this something value to my company? Am I adding some productivity? No, I have to really understand what is the root cause behind it. So then I got a thought, served it, and I started pursuing psychology. Then at that, through my friend, I got contact with Manoj Jaguti. I was associated with Manoj Jaguti. I will participate in different record events. What I do is, generally I don't get time because of training sessions, continuous traveling to one place to other place. So I regularly participate in this sort of events. Like whatever I learned in the events. Initially, I was in the India Book of Records. The first basic counseling taught by the madam, using of coping cards, taking the whole session. That's how we started. First at LB Nagar VM Home, the orphanage. That gave me a fabulous experience for me. I understood what is the real counseling, and thereafter I got into BVRIT college again, one more event of peer counseling. I understood what the girl needs exactly, and thereafter the fabulous experiences which I got in the Genius work in the Pullaradi school. I literally used this concept in my office. After completion of October 10th, Manoj Jaguti Day, I wrote a mail to all my fellow employees that November 14th we are going to celebrate the Children's Day in an office. Bring all your kids to office. That day I have deployed the same session in my office, and it worked very well and created a lot of weightage in my office. So my major role in my office is that I need to pick up. Can you move the next slide? I have not looked at the slide. So my major role in my current job is to have to pick the right candidates. I often go to the campus selections, on campus and off campus. This is a recent photograph registered of Holy Mary College, where the photograph they have posted on Instagram. Next slide. So this is all few of the glimpses, the favorite photographs of mine in training session. The next one. Yeah, I received one of the best check. For Best Trainer Award from the Maruti, received the check. The best trainer. These are the few glimpses, my favorite photograph I have posted here. My roles is that firstly I need to pick the right candidate for the organization, and need to identify the training apps, not the training calendar. I need to identify where the trainers, exactly which persons required which trainer. So the reason why I have taken psychology is that to give the complete productivity, to understand my manpower properly. That's what the major reason. To end of this, I would like to thank to my wife Deepika to support me, and also my parents, and also most importantly Geeta Challa madam. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Trainer. Next presenter, Suchitra.
Happy morning. I'm Suchitra. By chance, I became a teacher a few years ago, and I was not happy. Then I had to resign, and by choice, I became a tutor, and also I became a counselor. So at home, every day it is like a counseling center, tutor, tuition, everything goes in my home. But there is always little difference between normal tuitions and what I take at home. So how it is happened, it is only because after joining this psychology and joining Sudisha Counseling Center, and I improved myself how to take care emotional and also academic challenges of my students. So I also working with Roshni Helpline, and recently I started podcast. These are my right now career path. Yeah, I did my MSc Psychology from Ambedkar University, and basics counseling skills from Sudisha Counseling Center, and MA English Literature. Yeah, current role, working with kids, always it is joyful, but at the same time, I need to plan accordingly about their academics as well as learning abilities about the particular child. And also I give parental guidance whenever they have issues at home or with the child. Definitely we have weekly once like this, a parental guidance I am giving. And in podcast journey, recently I started. So for that I need to select the topic on weekly basis, and I need to get the information, means right information, and also I need to get the details. It should be crisp, it should be like attractive to the audience. So these are all I need to keep working on day-to-day basis. Next, sir. Sir, next. Yeah, see, there is always passion about human behavior, understanding about the human behavior, and giving back to the society, and also create awareness about mental health. So how it happens, all these things I want to do, but how to implement? My work, wherever I work, like Roshni and Sudisha Counseling Center, both the places has given me information and knowledge, and also given me confidence. And today I'm talking today here because one particular day, just like that, madam has given me one session and she said that you have to speak on it. So I was very tensed and I was unable to speak, but the day after that she has given me some feedback and confidence that next time I was able to do all these, whatever I am doing, I can able to do right now because of that. Next, sir. Yeah, see, even though this is all a learning process, but initially when I was started my podcast, technical issues were there, how to like the sound and everything, editing. These are initial challenges was there. But content is the key. Okay, so content I have to do, and also how to, being a parent of a teenager, how to attractive to the youngsters, and how should I give the topic so that everybody can get these points. So these are my day-to-day challenges. So next. Yeah, my experience, actually I had to discover when I was doing all these courses and working with Sudisha Counseling Center and taking cases. There I found out myself what is in me. So I am a good listener and also a good storyteller. So these two things made me to choose to create podcast, and maybe this is the one of the thing. Last. Yeah, message for the budding psychologists are that what I learned from this my journey, it is acceptance, whatever is there with the flaws. If you accept yourself, you cannot accept anyone. At the same time, being non-judgmental, being empathetic, and being a good listener will make a different. Made me different person, better person today. So that is what I can tell you. And thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Suchitra, for sharing your journey, how you are creating awareness of mental health through your podcast. I request our next presenter, Ms. Manjula.
Good morning everyone. This is Manjula here. First of all, happy World's Mental Health Day and 12th Foundation Day of Manojagriti. Yeah, myself Manjula and I'm a rehabilitation counselor. I had my bachelor and master degree in home science. Later I moved into the psychology field and I have done with my diploma course as well as my de-addiction course from Ecolink Institute. Next. Yeah, I have started my career with Manojagriti, so I can proudly say that I'm been trained from Manojagriti. And then I have moved to Barosa, Hyderabad City Police. I have worked as a counselor there and moved to UNDP Skill Development Manager. And I have also worked for 2 de-addiction centers as a de-addiction counselor. Why I have changed to de-addiction as my career? Because I have seen many cases in Barosa, as most of the cases and most of the victims who are assaulted by the people who are addicts. So there I got an idea, so we need to work on the de-addiction, people who are addicts, so we need to change them. So I have chosen my career as a de-addiction counselor. And we have established our own de-addiction center along with Dr. Mamta Raghuveer ma'am. So it is named as Swantana. It's a unique women rehabilitation center. And so far we have treated with more than 80 women who are into the addiction as well as some psychological illness. And now we have established a unique rehabilitation center for POXO victims. It is named as Swalambana. And so we are proudly say that we are working with the people who are into the addiction as well as the problem with the psychological illness. So my inspiration, my motivation is my English teacher, he is Narayan Garu, and my mother who works for myself, and Dr. Mamta Raghuveer ma'am and Dr. Geeta Chella ma'am. Next. So why rehab? Rehab because most of the people who are into the addiction, family don't want to live along with them. So how Swantana works is that whenever the client comes, we give the pleasant environment and next slide, please go for next slide. Next, yeah. We give a pleasant atmosphere and we have a yoga, meditation as well as skill development programs, and also we do sessions in de-addiction related activities and also improve the physical, social, mental and spiritual health of each individual. Like that we do work for the more than 70 cases we have treated so far, and the most successful cases we have recently one victim, recently we have treated a girl she's from some different sector and she's into the addiction, and now she's very nice and she's continuing her education as well as she's doing her life very good. So far we have into many చాలా వరకు మేము అంటే ట్రీట్ చేయగలిగాం. ఎలా అంటే సో ఎడిక్షన్లో ఫ్యామిలీ సపోర్ట్ సిస్టమ్ అనేది వెరీ రేర్, కానీ మనం ఇక్కడ ఇచ్చేది ఏంటంటే మేజర్ సపోర్ట్ సిస్టమ్ ఇస్తాము వాళ్ళకి, స్పిరిచువల్గా, సోషల్గా, సైకలాజికల్గా డెవలప్మెంట్ కోసం మనం ఎంకరేజ్ చేస్తాము. సో దట్ వాళ్ళ ఇండివిజువల్గా వాళ్ళ సెల్ఫ్ మేము ఒక అడిక్షన్లోకి ఎందుకు వెళ్ళినాం అనేది వాళ్ళు రిలీజ్ అవ్వాలి, దాని తర్వాత కెరియర్లో మళ్ళీ రిలాక్స్ అవ్వకుండా ఉండడం కోసమే మనం ప్రోగ్రామ్ చేస్తాము. సో స్వాంతన అనేది మెయిన్లీ వాళ్ళ యొక్క పరిస్థితులన్నీ తెలుసుకొని, ఫ్యామిలీ సిస్టమ్ని తెలుసుకొని తర్వాత మనం వాళ్ళని ఎలా డ్రగ్ నుండి బయటకు తీసుకురావాలో హెల్ప్ చేస్తాం. కాబట్టి మేము చాలా సక్సెస్ అయ్యామని చెప్పగలుగుతున్నాం. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.
Hello everybody, my name is Vishakha Rashid. As you can see, I am a POSH consultant and trainer. How many of you here know what POSH is? Good amount. That's very nice to know, because that is my job. I actually train companies, employees, organizations on POSH policies, letting know, telling them what policies are. We create policies and train them. Next slide, please. Manoj. Next slide. That is me. Next slide. This is my education. I won't take much time. However, I'll come to this later on and I'll tell you how this has helped me in my journey. The key takeaway from my presentation, because we don't have much time, I'm not going to take it. I did my, first I started with my bachelor's in science. I did my MBA from University of Dallas. I worked in US for more than 12 years. After coming back to India, I worked with social sector, I worked with several NGOs and with some startup organizations. After completing that, there were some turning points in my life which made me think about psychology, which helped me, and so that's how I discovered psychology. Geeta ma'am, actually I had a nice conversation with her and she said, yeah, let's do the counseling course first and let's see how that goes. After completing the counseling course, I really liked it, and the main reason that I liked the course was because it was experiential learning. That's the point I want to get to and give you guys out of my presentation. Next slide, please. Right now, my current profession is I am a POSH consultant and trainer. As I mentioned, I conduct workshops and into organizations, schools, and for employees for POSH policies and rules and regulations. I'm also a career counselor. And I am a psychological counselor, of course, with Geeta ma'am. Next slide, please. Yes. My key factors and motivations for pursuing psychology. I started looking into psychology, like I said before, as a personal interest. I was curious how the human mind worked. My daughters, they were teenagers, they were getting into teenagers, having done counseling myself. I wanted to get more insight into how psychology works, how counseling works, and how I can help my daughters get through those teenage years. So that's how I got into that. But there was a incident, very important, something that shook me actually. One of my really close friends back in US had committed suicide, and it really shook me to my core. And I used to spend like so much time with her, and I didn't realize her struggles, and that really bothered me. That how did I not know what was that I could have done? So that was another trigger point that I had, which led me to learning psychology. When after I learned, I was working with Geeta ma'am, and I explored a lot. Having spent a lot of time in HR and different industries in India and abroad, I thought there was something missing from my counseling journey. That's when I took up career counseling. I learned the proper way to guide students. I had the knowledge, I knew the industries, I knew what roles I needed to hire for, but I learned the proper way to guide the students, and now I am also a career counselor. Same way, I'm very passionate about women empowerment, and that's where when the POSH guidelines came into effect in India, I took up a certification in POSH, and that's how I became that's my passion. That's the point I was trying to make. So that's how I'm a POSH trainer now. Next slide, please. Challenges and obstacles. A very important thing which I said before also, that I am, yes, done, very sure. But I'll close on a note that the main obstacle that everybody here probably knows and faces is finding a proper mentor or knowing how it is actually done. And I think that gap was filled by Geeta ma'am and the Sahaya course, which is called Sahaya right now, which was our basic counseling course. So my key takeaway for all of you guys is first, when you're trying to learn something, make sure you're doing it with experiential learning, not just the book learning, because it goes a long way. Second of all, try to know your strengths and play to your strengths, because it is extremely important. Do not take up something just because it is there and oh, maybe I will like to do that. Don't do that. Play to your strengths, see what exactly you can do to help or how you can help, knowing your strengths. So that's on that note, I will close my speech. Thank you very much for the time and appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Tena.
వేదిక పైన ఉన్నటువంటి రాధిక మేడం గారికి మరియు ఇక్కడ కూర్చున్నటువంటి పెద్దలందరికీ మనోజ్ జాగృతి ఫౌండేషన్ డే మరియు వరల్డ్ మెంటల్ హెల్త్ డే శుభాకాంక్షలు. నేను నా కెరియర్ పరంగా నా కెరియర్ పాత్ చెప్పాలంటే 2 కెరియర్ పాత్ని నిర్వహిస్తున్నాను సేమ్ టైంలో. ఇందులో మెయిన్గా వచ్చేసి కోఆర్డినేటర్గానే నేను ఎక్కువ న్యాయం చేస్తున్నాను నా కెరియర్ పాత్లో. సుదిశాలో మనోజ్ జాగృతి కోఆర్డినేటర్గా చేస్తూ అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం యోగా ట్రైనర్గా కూడా వర్క్ చేస్తూ ఉన్నాను. నా యొక్క సైకాలజీ యొక్క జర్నీ ఎక్కడ స్టార్ట్ అయిందంటే దానికంటే ముందు ఒక చిన్న స్టోరీ చెప్తాను. 2016లో నా డిప్లొమా అయిపోగానే అగ్రికల్చర్లో చిన్న గవర్నమెంట్ జాబ్ మిస్ అయిపోగానే ప్రైవేట్ సెక్టర్లోకి వెళ్ళడం ఇష్టం లేక నా ఫ్రీలాన్సింగ్లో చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి నేర్చుకున్నటువంటి ఒక యోగా విద్య ఉంది. దాంతోపాటు నేను ఫ్రీలాన్సింగ్గా వర్క్ చేయాలన్న ఒక దృఢ సంకల్పంతో మంచి గురువుల్ని ఎన్నుకోవాలన్న ఒక వెతుకుతూ ఉండగా నాకు యోగాలో ఒక గురువు దొరికాడు ఇంట్లోనే ఆల్రెడీ. తర్వాత సైకాలజీకి ఒక మంచి గురువు కావాలని వెతుకుతూ ఉండగా మేడం కనబడింది. మేడంతో అటాచ్ అయిపోయి అక్కడ ఎంఎస్సీ సైకాలజీ కంప్లీట్ చేయడం జరిగింది. అలాగే మేడం దగ్గర ఇంటర్న్షిప్ కూడా చేయడం జరిగింది. ఇలా చేస్తూ లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్గా ఈ మంత్ 27th వస్తే నేను 1 year అవుతుంది మనోజ్ జాగృతితో జర్నీ చేయడం బట్టి, అంటే మేడంతో దగ్గరగా జర్నీ చేయడం బట్టి. ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ 25th రోజు మేడం కాల్ చేసి మన దగ్గర కోఆర్డినేషన్ ఖాళీ ఉంది అంటే, మేడం నాకు ఫుల్ డే అంటే కుదరట్లేదు, నా ఉన్న టైంలో బెటర్ టైం నేను ఇస్తాను మేడం అని చెప్పగానే, నువ్వు ఎంత టైం ఇస్తే అంత ఓకే అని చెప్పేసి నాకు ఫుల్గా సపోర్ట్ చేస్తూ నన్ను కోఆర్డినేటర్గా యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తూ ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్తా ఉన్నారు. అక్కడ నుంచి నేను మెల్లగా ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ఈ మంత్ 27th 1 year పూర్తి చేసుకుంటూ ఉంటాను. నెక్స్ట్ దీంట్లో మెయిన్గా నా రోల్స్ అండ్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీస్ ఎలా ఉంటాయంటే, మేనేజింగ్ ద కౌన్సిలింగ్ కేసెస్ సంబంధించినటువంటి క్లయింట్స్ని మేనేజ్ చేయడము, తర్వాత కౌన్సిలర్స్ని మేనేజ్ చేయడము, వాళ్ళకి సంబంధించిన డేటా మొత్తం ఎవరు ఎప్పుడు వస్తున్నారు, ఎక్కడెక్కడ ప్లేస్ చేయాలి, ఆ రోజు ఏ కౌన్సిలర్కి ఇవ్వాలి అనేది ఒక డేటా ఉంటుంది. నెక్స్ట్ మెంటల్ హెల్త్ అవేర్నెస్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ మేము చేస్తాం, ఈ సైక్లాన్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాము. ఇంకా మెంటల్ హెల్త్ అవేర్నెస్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ మనోజ్ జాగృతి నుంచి కానీ దిశ నుంచి చాలా కండక్ట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాము. వాటికి సంబంధించి ప్లానింగ్లో కానీ ఆర్గనైజింగ్లో కానీ, తర్వాత ఇతర వ్యక్తులందరినీ కోఆర్డినేట్ చేయడంలో ఒక నా యొక్క పాత్రను నేను నిర్వహిస్తూ ఉంటాను. తర్వాత ఓవర్సీయింగ్ ఆపరేషన్స్ అంటే ఒక సెంటర్కి సంబంధించినటువంటి అన్ని ఆపరేషన్స్, దానికి సంబంధించి కేస్ ఫైలింగ్ కానివ్వండి, లేకపోతే దానికి సంబంధించి మెటీరియల్స్ కావచ్చు, అకౌంట్స్ కావచ్చు, పేమెంట్స్ కావచ్చు, వాటికి సంబంధించినటువంటి ఓవర్సీయింగ్ ఆపరేషన్స్ అన్ని కూడా చేస్తూ ఉంటాను. నెక్స్ట్ నాకు ఒక చిన్న అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఉంది కాబట్టి అక్కడక్కడ ఎక్కడైనా క్లయింట్స్కి మేడం చెప్తా ఉంటుంది, లేకపోతే యోగా ద్వారా ఏదైనా మెడిటేషన్ ద్వారా కానీ, లేకపోతే రిలాక్సేషన్ ద్వారా ఏదైనా హెల్ప్ అవుతుందంటే ఆ క్లయింట్స్కి అక్కడ కూడా చిన్న చిన్నగా సపోర్టింగ్ ఇస్తూ ఉంటాను. మేడం యొక్క గైడెన్స్లోనే చేస్తూ ఉంటాను. ఈ యొక్క రోల్స్ అనేది ప్రజెంట్ నిర్వహిస్తూ ఉన్నాను. మెయిన్గా నాకు ఇక్కడ టాస్క్ ఏమవుతుందంటే, రెండు పాత్రలో ఉన్నాను కాబట్టి నాకు టైం అనేది చాలా ఇంబ్యాలెన్స్గా అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. కానీ అయినప్పటికీ నేను సాధ్యమైనంత వరకు నేను దానికి చేస్తూ ఉన్నాను. ఎక్కడైనా చిన్న చిన్న టైంలో అటు ఇటు అయినా కూడా నాకు మేడం ఫుల్గా సపోర్ట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటుంది, నన్ను అర్థం చేసుకుంటూ ఉంటారు కాబట్టి హాయిగా కొనసాగిస్తూ ఉన్నాను. నెక్స్ట్ మల్టీ టాస్కింగ్ అంటే దీంట్లో నేను ఎన్ని టాస్క్లు వస్తాయని కూడా నాకు కూడా తెలియదు ఇందులో జాయిన్ అయినప్పుడు. సో చిన్న చిన్నగా ఒక్కొక్క టాస్క్ నేర్చుకుంటూ ఉంటే మల్టీ టాస్కింగ్లో కూడా వర్క్ చేస్తూ ఉన్నాను నేను ఇప్పుడు. నెక్స్ట్ ఎమోషనల్ ఇంబ్యాలెన్స్ అంటే ఒకేసారి కేసెస్ ఫుల్గా ఉన్నప్పుడు చిన్న చిన్నగా ఎమోషనల్ ఇంబ్యాలెన్స్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. వాటిని కూడా ఎలా బ్యాలెన్స్ చేసుకోవాలనేది నేను ఇక్కడ సెంటర్లో పూర్తిగా ఈ 1 yearలో నేర్చుకుంటున్నాను, ఇంకా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తూ ఉన్నాను. నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చేసి మెంటర్షిప్ సపోర్ట్. ఇక్కడ ఉన్న వాళ్ళలో చాలామంది నాకు మెంటర్స్ ఉన్నారు. అంటే మేడం ఒకరే కాదు, మేడంతో పాటు సెంటర్కి వచ్చే వాళ్ళు నా సీనియర్స్ అంతా కూడా నా మెంటర్స్గా నేను భావిస్తాను. ప్రతి ఒక్కరి దగ్గర నుంచి ఒక్కొక్కటి ఏదో ఒక విషయాన్ని నేర్చుకుంటూ ఉంటాను. అది నేను అక్కడ వీలైనంత వరకు నాలో నేను చేంజెస్ చేసుకోవడానికి నేను ఎప్పుడు నిరంతరం కృషి చేస్తూ ఉంటాను. నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చి సెల్ఫ్ రిలేషన్స్ అంటే నేను ఎప్పుడు నా యొక్క సెల్ఫ్ కూడా నేను ఇవన్నీ చేస్తూ ఉండే టైం మేనేజ్మెంట్ ఇన్ని పొద్దున 6 నుంచి ఈవినింగ్ వర్క్ చేస్తున్నా కూడా నా సెల్ఫ్కి సంబంధించి ఎక్కడ కూడా నేను కొంత కోల్పోవడానికి ఇష్టపడకుండా నెక్స్ట్ నాకు కావాల్సిన అన్ని చేస్తూ ఉంటాను. సో ఈ అవకాశం ఇచ్చినటువంటి మేడంకి మరియు ఇక్కడ విన్నటువంటి అందరికీ నా యొక్క ప్రత్యేక ధన్యవాదాలు. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
morning, one and all. Happy World Mental Health Day for you all, and మనోజాగృతికి జనవరి మీకు తెలుగులోనే చెప్తా. And thank you very much for this opportunity. I would have missed a wonderful experience in my life if I missed this session. Wow, wonderful. ఎక్కడ మొదలుపెట్టి ఎక్కడ జర్నీ అసలు ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ కూడా నేను చాలాసార్లు నా గురించి అనుకుంటాను. ఐ ఫీల్ లైక్ సారీ ఫ్లోలో వచ్చేస్తుంది. సో సేల్స్ పర్సన్స్, I mean, post. Now one madam told about she now landed at post, but how she started journey? Ekkada FBA, ekkada post counselor. I will meet you, madam. I need your help. So very diversified letter. I'm a consultant in a hospital. There I need your services. That's all. Thank you. So it's a wonderful journey. How many people in different fields can apply, can develop their engagement, better their engagement in their professions. So in this process, I also understood two aspects from all these. With curiosity, how wonderfully it ends, how life satisfaction we can derive through our career, personal life transformations, whatever it is, but how wonderfully a person can change their life, completely transform their life. And secondly, what I understood is that how wonderful mentoring my loved sister, I don't say Gita ma'am, she's my very cute sister from very long time. Her elder sister and me, both are classmates. At that time she was in 6th or 7th class in our village, who was very small. I didn't expect it. And I also remember maybe around 2 decades back, I mailed from Mumbai to her, and how she used to, about how I was not in psychology field and how I was feeling very apprehensive about it, and how she motivated me, though I am akka. I thanks for that always in my life. So how wonderful mentor I could see in their talk, in their non-verbal communication also, how you played a great mentoring role. And really today this field needs such mentors, because I know the importance of mentors. Late Dr. Niranjan Reddy sir, maybe many people know his name.
Based